Truncated Cube, 24 tiles, 36 connectors. We're going to build a truncated cube, and that's made with 8 vertices that are each going to be our little triangular prisms. And they do have a directionality, a chirality, so we want to make sure we do this correctly. And here's what we'll just do to start these off. Every single time we have the HyperTile to start off with, and we're about to put a connector on, we'll always have these be on the right side with the top and bottom point facing us. So right there is our first connection, okay, every time. Now, these are going to be, as we said before, spiral connections that are staggered, okay? A couple things about this. The angles change a bit as you change that overlap. And for these, we're going to have it overlap. We'll call that overlap 2 right now, which is the least it could be. See that? We are going to move one of these down to make them all overlap 3. Makes a little tighter triangular prism, but that's necessary for this particular build. So every single time I do this, now, there's the next one. I'm going to have it be there. And again, instead of just overlap 2, I'm going to have it be overlap 3. Boom. And now the last one, whoop, we can put the connector there, but the connection's going to go over here, right there. And again, not overlap 2, but overlap 3. There is our right rotating, these being on top, going to the right every time in the color clockwise direction, triangular prism, and we're going to make 4 orange ones and 4 purple ones here, okay? So. Okay, so we have made 7 of these triangular prisms in preparation for our build. We're going to make the 8th one here, and I'll show you again how this is done. They've all been made by starting with the HyperTile, top and bottom vertices closest to me, and I'm putting the connector on the right side, and then I'm putting the next tile in a spiral connection, but spiral staggered, not overlap 2, but overlap 3. So like that. That'll give us a tighter triangular prism. I'll show it again here. There's that. This one comes in, not overlap 2, but overlap 3. And again, here's the last one, connected there. And that's going to be connected way over to here, like that, at overlap 3. Okay? So, they're all spinning the same way. That's very important for this. If some were right-handed and some were left-handed, it wouldn't work. So, the cube, and here's the neat thing about this, we're always going to put our connectors on an edge that doesn't already have a connector. So, for instance, I would not put a connector here because, see there's already a connector on that edge. But I would put a connector here, okay? And this can overlap, this part of I'm about to show you can be just overlap 2. That's fine. I'm going to make it between that and that edge. Orange to purple, okay? Now I have this edge here. Purple to orange. Again, I'm always making sure I connect to an edge that doesn't already have a connector on it. Okay. Now we're going to want to put one here, connect it to this one, and this is our final one to make the square that is the bottom of it. Ready for this? Here to here. Whoop. Okay, and that'll be the bottom square of our cube, okay? Orange, purple, for a reason. I'll show you that later. Now we're going to build the sides up. Here's the edge that does not have a connector on it, so I'll put one right there. We'll take this purple one, connect it there. And again, these are all overlap 2. Here you have some flexibility, but they were overlap 3 within each triangular prism. Okay. Now we're going to put the orange one here by putting connectors there, and bring an orange one over here. Again, we're looking always for edges that don't have connectors on them. So I'm not going to connect it here. See, there's already a connector. I'm going to connect it here, right like this. And likewise here, I'm going to connect to this edge. Okay. You see how this is turning into a cube? A cube with its corners cut off. That's why it's called a truncated cube. We'll put a purple one here. There's an edge that doesn't have a connector already on it. Here's the other one. I'm talking about connecting here and here. We'll do this one first, then come down here and do this one. Okay, look at that. I can balance it just like that. I'll balance it on one of the truncated corners there to put this last one in place. And you can see it's a bit of a stretch. It's like, whoa. But again, that's what HyperTiles are really good at, is forgiving. They're very flexible, the connectors allowing for that. And look at that, I have 3 connectors left. So I'm going to put the connectors there, there, and there. Again, always putting them on an edge that does not already have a connector. And now here we go. I think you can see if this was spinning the wrong way, these would not be in the right places to make these connections. If we had one of these that was built as its chiral opposite. So we've been careful that all these were spinning, I think we said to the right. And there's the gap we have to span, but no big deal. There we go. Okay? So this is our finished product. It is a truncated cube. Truncated simply means it's a cube whose corners have been cut off, creating little triangles. I know they look kind of circular because of the hyperbolic surface there in the middle, but it really is a cube, right? You can see that.